Okay, so this is my third fucking attempt at this poem. It's called Casual Climate of Sexual Harassment, Mozarts Swansea Part 1. And this time I'm not going to introduce it, I'm just going to say it because it keeps going wrong. So, here we go. Just an average Friday night. Three girls decide to go out and dance simple and nice. A few pints consumed and jokes to share in a venue, local, familiar, Mozart's, that's where. Sat outside with guitar and smokes, a bustling atmosphere with numerous new faces who approach. Some get fresh, their drinks gone to their heads, others collapsing in need of taxis and beds. I sat in the corner shrouded by darkness, only desire to reacquaint with the best of friends. But before we can begin our private talks, I am encircled by the curious, a bit too raucous. Cast apart as three merry wanderers, I enjoy impromptu song requests and jesting phone calls. We try to recall the name of a particular tune, but our night, no longer our own, is spoiled way too soon. In fact, from the start, truth be told, I was bristling at being frisked in a venue known, bristling further at the casual sexism from security staff, yet still intent on transcending that crap and having a laugh. So let's fast forward to the incident that informs this poem of recrimination. Mid-conversation with interesting musicians, my eyes meet my friend suddenly full of woe. She has returned from the dance floor, now slumped in the darkest corner. Are you all right? I ask, all concerned. Not really. The reply I knew was coming. So I jump from my bench to hear his story. As her eyes fill with tears, I quiet my mind. She says, all I wanted was to go outside for a fag, when from behind I feel a man's arm grab and force me down upon his lap, thrust at me with his testosterone-fueled crotch, his grip tightening. He cracks me on the behind not once but twice. Needless to say, she did not consent to some asshole groping, molesting, invading her most physical personal space. She continues, I barely even hug my friends. So, with the thought in her mind, I must get away, she struggles and rears up her hand and gives his face a solid smack. I thought he slapped me, so I'll hit him right back. Without another thought, no over-shoulder glance, she gets away from the bustling, sweaty dance floor, where apparently you cannot walk to the door without unwanted male attention, retreats to the privacy of the facilities to vent and regain some composure. 5 minutes pass, and she emerges to report to the staff a serious incident of assault and counter-attack. Two are too busy to even talk, all obsessed with checking IDs and addresses, getting members to sign in the book. Do you know how it feels to be so molested? And then have the guts to relive it and file a complaint? Well, they were too busy, but she does not refrain. She knows this guy is a potential predator and needs to be contained. For she is no vulnerable wilting flower, but some here have not our overconfident and self-empowered ethos. So the last member of staff available, who is willing to listen, is told the full story, from unwanted sexual approach to the fight back. He, seeming now not to really listen, says, cheeky glinting eye, didn't you enjoy it? Didn't you enjoy it? A sexual assault? What's this world come to, that as a female, you can't go out without unwanted looks and lines, and then the next boundary crossing, an illegal act? What about consent and safety and security? What about the law and your job as staff at the door? But no, a flippant remark, a joke at another silly drunken girl's expense. And now that's her last attempt at reporting this undeniable crime. So instead retreats outside and onto friend's shoulders, cries. We ditch that place, but not before a crapload more of unwanted alcohol-fueled flirtatious attention. And do you know what's worse? Not just that it happened in the first, but that worse regularly happens on nights out. I see it all as I sit in town centre, Groups of lads wolf whistling, calling out, "Slapper! Get him out!" And just as keen to grab at these women, young men approach me, ask, why are all the women frigid or lesbians? Is this the way that some men think? Is this acceptable? Now, I'm no feminist, just a peace-loving hippie or some shit, but I know what's right, and none of this was. He had no right to assault my friend. That place had no right to make light of what happened. But you know what's best? The police the next day took it seriously, as did family and friends, and until something is done about this casual climate of unconsented sexual attention at a place I always considered safe and welcoming, supportive, I won't be coming back again. And I'm not sorry, because it would never be right for me to accept, collude, and not even mention an attack on any person, be they my friend, foe, or just some unknown. At this place where I now stand, and I seriously demand, if something is not already being done, it better be done soon, before I lose all faith in this place. So that's the end of the poem. Now, the incident that I refer to occurred, I think, about 4 to 6 weeks ago, and some of what I said at the end about a positive response from the police has since transpired to have evaporated. So there is a part two to this poem. Now, I performed this poem in the venue that I mentioned. That's why I could include the line, "In this place where I now stand." So, yeah, that's about it for now. Part two soon.